and this is Agency Launch. This is the show where I tell you what it's like to run an insurance agency. I'll teach you things about how to do proper marketing, proper selling, how to staff, build culture, build a team around you, how to keep your clients. If you can do those 4 things really well, you'll be successful. Okay. Do me a favor, send me a text. I got something free for you. Actually, if you send me the word free to 208-213-8809, I'm going to give you a resource that has like a dozen free assets from people in the industry that I really trust. There are podcasts and YouTube channels, and there are downloadable assets, and there's all kinds of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that can really help you and your agency. 208-213-8809. Send me the word free. All right. So today I wanted to talk to you about asking for business. This is something that we all should do, and many of us can maybe do it better. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that. I work with a lot of agents, okay? I've trained a lot of agents, and I've trained agents on how to train their salespeople. And, asking people for business is an important X factor behind if you're going to be successful or not, okay? People who ask for more business get more business, okay? It's a statistical fact, okay? So I'm trying to figure out why people are afraid to ask. Now, that is a journey that you're going to have to take. Why are you afraid to ask? What are you afraid of? Someone telling you no? Are you afraid of somebody, punching you? Are you afraid of, I don't know. What are you really afraid of? Doesn't matter. I think one of the reasons that people are afraid to ask for business is because they don't want to come across as salesy, okay? This is fair. I don't want to come across salesy. You don't want to come across as salesy. And this is that right there is the first thing that you need to understand that is working in your favor. Okay. The fact that you don't want to feel or sound salesy is going to benefit you when you do ask for someone's business, because you're going to be so aware that you don't want to be salesy. It's not going to come across salesy. How many times can I say salesy in one podcast? Okay. But that's true. Okay. I never wanted to sound that way, and I was very conscious when I was asking for business. So I had to play it out through my head. I had to know what it sounded like. I had to practice. Anyway, I wanted to run something by you so you could hear what it's like. Okay. And I want you to listen to this, and I want you to share it with a producer, or I want you to do this to a producer so that they can see what this sounds like. So where I wrote a lot of business in the beginning of my career was out in the field. I'd find myself in a room full of people. I was marketing with other business professionals or other people that were marketing. And what are we all there to do? Okay. We're all there to meet people, network, build our network, find business. Okay. No one should be surprised if you ask for someone's business in a situation like this, for starters. That's what we're all there for. It's no secret, okay? But you can't just roll up on people and be like, can I give you a quote? Can I give you a quote? Like, that's the salesy thing, right? So what I learned is you go in and you start talking to them and start asking them questions. Ask them a ton of questions. Hey, what's up? My name's Matt. What's your name? Cool. What do you do? Awesome. Where are you from? Oh, right on. How long you been in business? How's your last year been? Gosh, how are you finding clients? What's a good client for you? Yeah, where's your location? Just small talk. Okay, so at that point, they're going to flip it and they're going to ask you, hey, what do you do? Wow, what's up? My name's Matt. I own a farmer's agency just down the street. Hopefully they will give you some banter back and forth. Okay. At some point in the conversation, if you're going to ask for business, I want you to see what this sounds like. Now pretend that I sell health insurance. I'm going to get out of the, P&C or life and health. Let's say I sell health insurance. Okay. And I'm a health insurance agent and I'm engaging in a conversation like this. And it's at the point in the conversation where they are asking me questions. Okay. So at some point in the conversation, it's going to sound like this. Okay. And they're going to say, what do you do? How long have you been in business? Blah, 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 blah. So when you get to the point in the conversation, you want to say, hey, real quick, where do you have your health insurance? And they'll be like, Blue Cross. Oh, Blue Cross. Blue Cross? That's awesome. Blue Cross is a good company. They have some good carriers. How long have you been with them? 3 or 4 years. Awesome. Hey, just quick question for you. I sell Blue Cross too. Like they have great products and they have a great network. We actually have some other companies in town that have a bigger network and are priced a little bit better. Is there any reason, I can't give you a quote and save you a few bucks here or there for your family? Right now, I mean, health insurance rates are increasing all over the place. I've got some carriers that have taken, smaller increases, and I get you into a product that's just as good as what you're in and, hopefully save you some money. Would you be open to that? How does that sound? Okay. Did that sound pushy? Did it sound salesy? Who was I talking to? I was talking to someone. Actually, I was listening to a podcast from a new author. She wrote an awesome book. You guys should check it out. Where is it? Where'd I put it? So Bree Groff, Groff. It's called Today Was Fun. So check that book out. It's a quick read, but it's about how we should be having kind of fun at work. Anyway, I was listening to her on a podcast, and she's like, look, all of us at work, all of us are there to serve one purpose, and that is to help other people. And I thought about it, and that's absolutely true for us, and it's absolutely true for you, and it's true for almost any job. People are out there trying to help other people, and if you can think of it that way, I think you won't feel like a used car salesman, okay? You're just trying to help people. In this situation, you're trying to help somebody save a little bit of money on their health insurance without sacrificing any coverage. Like that's an ask. So at that point in the conversation, you want to get a phone number and get an email and be like, look, I'm going to just shoot you an email when I get back to the office. I'm going to ask you some really simple questions. Actually, for health insurance, it's pretty easy. All I need to know is how old you are, and I can work up some numbers for you and email them to you, or I'll get on the phone with you and walk you through a couple plans. I mean, that's as easy as it can be for health insurance. You really do. You really only need ages to do that. So the point is, there is no reason to be afraid, because if you feel like you're going to come across salesy, you're going to be conscious of it and you're not going to. And if you can have a conversation like that where you do go for the ask and it doesn't come across that way, have the conversation and make the ask. Okay. Who's your agent with? What company are you with? Praise the company. We don't dog our competition, right? And say, look, I've got some products that have been priced better recently. I've saved some. If you got something in your back pocket, you're like, I just saved someone $600, by switching to this other carrier that's just as good. Coverage is just as good. Network is just as good. You can do the same thing with auto. We just beat someone with Progressive. We just saved them $1,000 every 6 months. Like, it's a real number. And you could say that in all honesty, just put the wins that you have in the back of your brain so you can pull them out when you have to. We just save some, because you're going to beat every carrier at some point. You will, we're beating USAA by a bunch right now and Progressive, but you'll beat State Farm, you'll beat American Family, and just keep that in the back of your pocket so you can say that. You say, look, we just saved someone $600 every 6 months. By switching over to me. Our coverage is really good too. Plus, you got me. I'm a local agent right down the street from you, and I'll make it really easy for you. I've removed all the friction from my process. I'll make it super easy for you. What do you say? Does that sound like? That's all true. As long as you say it like you believe it, it'll come across authentic and honest. Okay, so try that. Ask more people for business. I would tell you a good challenge for you right now is, God, ask 2 people a day. Start there. Okay. Once you start, this is how we add people to our pipeline. Okay. So if you can add 1 person a day that you're not already getting, and you can increase your quotes by 20 a month just by getting 1 more quote a day by asking, you're going to make more money. You're going to sell more insurance. And if you can do that with your team members too, and they can bring on 1 more quote just by doing this, if you have a producer that's doing 2 quotes a day and you can teach them this skill and they can go get 1 or 2 more a day, they're going to write more business. Okay. So ask people, talk about what it's like to do this in a way that's non-salesy, and go get some more business. So that's it. Okay. My name is Matt. This is Agency Launch. You can find me all over the place. I'm on LinkedIn. I am on Facebook. Let's connect there and send me a text, 208-213-8809. Send me the word free. I'll hook you up. All right. Thank you so much for listening. Keep up the good work.
Anywhere the waterfalls will be there too.